Hey Flosstube, this is Jessica, the Silver State Stitcher. I'm back. Welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Trying to get better about coming back and doing an update instead of once every quarter or every couple of years. So I thought I'd give you guys a little update on some of the stuff that I've been working on, some whips. Let's see, what else? Maybe a little life update sprinkled in there kind of thing. Not too much has happened. I think it's been about a month since I last did this. I have like a sinus thing that's kind of getting over right now, so I kind of have like a little tickle in the back of my throat. So I'm probably gonna take some water breaks, but maybe I'll edit some of those out so you don't have to see every single one of them. So let's get started with whips. The reason I hadn't done one sooner, because I have been cross-stitching a lot lately, is because I'm getting ready to go to the Stitching with the House Christmas in July, Stitching with the Housewives, Stitch Etc. Christmas retreat. I know that's not the name of it. There's some combination of those words, but that's at the end of July outside of Indianapolis, and that'll be my first cross stitch retreat, first trip away from my daughter and my husband since she was born, so almost 3 years ago. Well, I haven't been traveling without my husband since we've been married, so it's been a long time since I've traveled on my own. A little backstory on me: I grew up with my mother working in the airlines, in the commercial airlines for American Airlines my entire life. So I have always flown places. In fact, I was probably a teenager before I realized people took road trips and didn't just like jump on an airplane at the drop of a hat. Sorry if you hear that water. My kid and my husband are outside playing. It's about 112 degrees today. And so without some sort of water activity, it is nearly impossible to play outside right now. Anyway, so going back, so I've always flown all over the world, all over the country, kind of with no issue. I mean, not that I have an issue now, but it's just been a long time since I've been free, single, flying on my own. So I'm kind of excited and looking forward to being able to be on an airplane and stitch on an airplane, not having to take care of a tiny human. And so it'll be exciting. It's like got me a little, not stressed out, but you know, and it's not because I don't think my husband's capable of it. It's just that I feel like, I just feel like I'm gonna miss seeing my daughter every single day, because we just don't spend time apart. That's why I stay home with her, is so that I can be with her most of the time. And she's little. It's not like I'm smothering her as she's a teenager or something like that. She's just 2. So anyway, so gonna do that at the end of the month. I've got a whole bag full of items that I'm preparing, like goodies and stuff to share with new stitchy friends. Since I'm going by myself, I thought that'd be fun. I think I read somewhere on our Facebook page that there's about 8 people per table. So my husband said, "What, are you bribing people to sit with you?" I said, "No, I just want to make friends with whoever sits at my table." So bringing little treats and things that I can share of my stuff that I've made a couple little things. Anyway, I don't want to ruin the surprise in case anybody else is going to the second session of that retreat. I won't ruin the surprise for you guys. Anyway, going back to why I started this conversation was because I have finished stitching the retreat piece. Then I also stitched a piece for a stocking exchange. So I want to show you that one. And then there's another piece, actually, that I just realized I can't show you, that's in my whip pile. So just know I have been stitching a lot more than I'm able to show you, because I don't want to show some of these things until after I get back from the retreat. I'll take pictures and stuff like that so that I can show what I've finished or worked on. But if I don't want somebody who's watching this to be at the retreat with me and then be like, "Hey, I know what is in her surprise stocking stuff." Anyway, so you won't be seeing as much as you thought. In fact, now I'm going to pull this one project out because I realized, well, I can show you the project bag. This is one of those Love You More bags. I was on Instagram, and it's Joy Filled Stitcher. I think she's in Texas. Every once in a while does like a de-stash of her stuff, and it's all really reasonably priced, and she never gets rid of stuff that's like, you know, worn or been used a whole bunch. It's always really nice stuff that she's getting rid of. So anyway, I have bought stuff from her before, and I bought a couple project bags this time. I love this Tula Pink, any of these ones with the animals on it. This isn't like a usual style project bag for me because I kind of want it to have like a clip at the top, but I can add a snap or a button to this if I wanted to, kind of thing. Just because I always worry that things are gonna fall out of it. Anyway, this is one of my secret stitches for the retreat coming up that I now can't share with you after I realized I'm not going to share those things with you. Don't mind that. Pretend that didn't happen. All right, so we will do, let's see. All right, let's see. Start with whips. I know, I don't remember if it was last one. I think it's been 2 Flosstubes since I showed you guys like a whip parade kind of thing. And this one whip didn't make it into the whip parade. And since that whip parade, I have worked on it more. Let me tell you what it is so you can understand what I'm rambling on about. Anyway, this is a whip that I keep on a roller bar frame. It's a wood frame that my mom lets me borrow that she's had probably for almost 30 something odd years. She's had it for a long time. Anyway, I'm working on Silver Creek Samplers my Christmas list. Is that what this one's called? Yeah, anyway, working on that. I really want to get this done. Maybe not this Christmas, but for next Christmas, I think, 2023, in a project bag that I purchased from Christy, the crosshatch quilter on here. Anyway, I love it. I love this fabric, all this fabric line. It's super cute. It has like a little deer thing that was on here, and I don't know if the kid or the dog, somebody wiggled the little holder, the little jump ring off of it, and I found the charm, so that's at the bottom of the bag, but I haven't had a chance to reattach it. Anyway, it's really cute. I love this bag. I think it's super cute. I'm gonna put that over here. This is what we're looking at, and I'm not doing the called for colors in here because I liked Priscilla and Chelsea's color combination. I have mostly black and red and green. Check is my color decorations. I love a good check, as you can tell. And so I went with her color combination, more black, or I think this is it black coffee? Hold on, let me pull out the threads. This is not very organized, sorry. I'm trying to get this in before we have things to do today, and I told my husband I just needed a little bit of time on my own. So he's entertaining the tiny human while we do that. Let me comb out my threads like Nicole from Nicole Needleworks. Anyway, this is all the thread that I use, and so we're using a lot of black coffee instead of, I think there's a blue that gets used more often in theirs, and then I've got, I can't remember which ones are different, but ribbon red is like the primary red color. These are just more of the colors that are prevalent in my Christmas decoration, so I went with that color conversion, I guess. What did I just do with, okay. All right, so this is where I'm at. I'd say, so it's about midway, kind of where my finger is on the pattern. So not doing too terribly bad, making progress. It goes quickly. I just put it down for a little bit. Like I'll jump like a whole section and then I roll it up, and then I kind of am not as motivated because I can't see as much of the stitching. But let me undo this just a little bit and I'll unroll it so that you can see the rest of it. So there's the top of it, and then, oops, sorry. And then I've got a needle minder on there that says the future is naps, which is my life's dream to take naps every single day. When Sophia stops taking naps, I will have a rude awakening coming up, because babies who take naps, it's like the best thing ever. You get so much done during nap time. Anyway, so working on that. I don't know if you can see it with, this is on Monaco that I dyed myself. I think it started out like a dove gray color or was like a blue color, and I dyed it with some grays and maybe green Rit dye, and then coffee tea dyed it pretty heavily and baked it. It's kind of like a slate gray kind of color. Anyway, that's how that's going. That's my Christmas list. Let me stack this up over here so I don't excuse the noise. And don't mind the dog hair and person hair that I just saw on top of that. This is another whip that I've been working on. I started this one, I want to say 2 years ago. It's by Cherry Hill Stitchery. It's holly and gingerbread. And for threads, that calls for DMC, and I have some of the DMC, and then I just, from Stash, had other classic colorworks that I'm kind of adding in just to change up a little bit. German chocolate has a little bit of variegation, and I think that looks really cool. Chalk is what I'm using for the white, and Holly Berry by Classic Colorworks is the red that I chose to use. And then there's the sample is, or this pattern is model, sorry, I know my words. This model stitched over 2 on 28 count lambswool Joblin. So it's like a lighter taupe kind of color, but I really like stitching on black, and I like the look that it gives. So I just, this is what I meant to pull this pattern out for. Anyway, so that's that. I don't know if you can see in that, in this brown word, the variegation is kind of showing up. I think it looks cool. Kind of looks like baked gingerbread to me. Anyway, so working on that, coming along, just trying to stay motivated. My problem is I get very squirrely about, oh, there's like 800 more things you'll see at the end of the video that I want to start. And what happens is, specifically for me, I like really going hard and fast on like a small, because then you finish it and then there's that sense of accomplishment because you did finish it. So anyway, I'll like give up on like a bigger project pretty quickly, only maybe a day or 2 on those before I move on to something that I can have instant gratification and finish a little faster. All right, so that's, oh, I've got 2 more whips that I've been working on that are not secret. This one, I think I mentioned in my last one, I had started, but just a little bit. I don't have the picture, so I'll insert a picture here. It's called Ellen Barber 1899 by Nicola Parkman of Hands Across the Sea Samplers. It's something that I saw, I think it was Mama Loves You GB was doing it, or she had just purchased it. And so she enabled me to want to purchase and stitch it. So I purchased it and purchased the PDF, sorry. The colors are really, 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 really pretty. Let me comb those like Nicole does. I'm not very good at being Vanna White today. Anyway, all DMC except for, oh, this one's a hot mess because it's, you know, I know you're supposed to like put them in a floss away bag, and this is a Soie d'Alger 513. It's like a really pretty lavender color. Don't mind the mess that it is. Anyway, it's coming along really well. I can understand why people get into stitching in silks. Excuse me. But my budget does not allow for me to have a whole project made out of silks right now. That is not the season that we are in for me. But it is very nice to stitch with, I guess is my point. I've made quite a lot of progress on this one. And then you know how you have like this thing where you're like on a roll and then you look at something and you're like, that's not supposed to be that way. I got so excited because when we were in California this like a week and a half ago, I got the whole border done and I matched up my border without having to like undo or redo anything. I was stoked. And then the only reason I'm not showing is because it has to do with the color that I did it in. I did it in what I thought was the right color. Then I looked at the symbols later on when I got to a different section and was like, no, that's completely the wrong color. The border is supposed to be this really beautiful, like bright blue color. Well, I, as Kay Goldman, the Contented Stitcher will tell you, I re-engineered it on accident, not even on purpose. So my outline is this really pretty gold color. I don't know if you can see, I don't want it to, that's kind of the color of what it is, pretty true to color. It's not getting too washed out. Anyway, so I'm almost done with that one little feather line and then the letters above that. I'm working on that. I've got a couple of the other rows in and then just slowly working on the letters. But yeah, I was pretty stoked about the border going in and not having to like go and unpick or frog any of that. It matched up perfectly. And then finding out later that it was supposed to be a completely different color, I'm just gonna call it a happy engineering mistake. Anyway, so I like it. This is on Monaco that I dyed in some crazy mad scientist experiment. So I have no idea what colors I used to get this color, but I like it. I like the modeling in it. I think it looks really cool with the colors that are in the sampler. And I don't stitch very many samplers, but I just thought this was so pretty. The colors were so pretty and bright. Yeah, so maybe I'll finish it and it'll go up in my daughter's room at some point. It's like very fun and pretty, the colors. Sorry, I was trying not to do a whole lot of zipping and unzipping because I noticed I did that a lot in the last couple videos. I don't know if everybody really enjoys that sound. All right, then this one is, take it out of the plastic so you can see it. Jolly Saint Nick and Rudolph by Priscilla, Stitching with the Housewives, Priscilla and Chelsea. Anyway, he's so cute. And I started him, I want to say this came out 2 years ago. Maybe, does it say on here? I wonder what year this came out. Not that it matters. Anyway, long story short is I got it when they first released this pattern. I want to say that was 2 years ago. And I started it, and I can't remember where I put it down. I think because I had to pick out some section that I had accidentally stitched wrong. And it went into timeout, and then it didn't come back out for last Christmas. I don't know. Anyway. So I have got, let me see if I can, I don't want to show you the pattern, so I'm going to be very careful about that too. It's on Black Monaco. And I've got most of that little reindeer done and then working on a little bit of beard and the cup coming down. So just working on all that stuff, using all the called for threads. I want to say, where did I put the threads? Oh, they were in here. I had all the threads that pulled when I initially did this, started this project, but I think I've pulled from the threads because I know this is not all the threads, obviously. So I just have to go through my stash and find the remaining bits and pieces because I'm sure somewhere in the mass of threads and whips and everything, I have the rest of the colors. So, oh, there we go. Zipped it up again. Sorry about that. All right, so that's the end of my whip basket. Then we'll start on things that I want to work on in the next month or before I see you guys again, because I think I can probably stick to a 3 to 4 week rotation. I really made an effort this year to get back on track with my like self-care. I hate that term, but you know, things that are important to me and making those a priority. I started working out again and watching what I eat and just feeling better about myself, body, mind, all that kind of stuff. So part of that is I'm trying to be more on top of getting back on and updating my Flosstube stuff. It's not because I don't have stuff to update, but it's because I feel like I kind of took a back burner and didn't really make it a priority. And I like doing this. I have a good time doing this. I like talking to everybody who comments and socializing with people. It's very exciting. So anyway, these are projects that I either whipped because I've started them, or I think most of these, only one, maybe two of them are whips, and the rest of them are either kitted up or really close to being kitted up. And then I just want to work on them for the next four weeks. There's stuff I plan on working on at the retreat, which would be that my Christmas list I'm going to take with me, and then 2 projects I've got over here. Anyway, I've done a couple of these Lizzie Kate ones, but I wanted to do I have fabric for one more that I've got in here. I've got a needle that I've got ready to go. Anyway, also on Monaco that I dyed some crazy color. And the thread is in like a separate container. I think I forgot to grab that. Really getting into the Jolly July. I'm trying to stick with Christmas this month, only because I love stitching all holiday stuff, and I won't have any holiday stuff to show at the end of the year if I don't get started on my Christmas stuff now. This one, I'm working on one of these as part of the swap, and then I want to finish the other 2 before Christmas this year for ornaments for archery. Anyway, I won't tell you which one is in there, but this is kind of a hint if you're coming to that one. It's going to be one of these ones. And I just got to work on, I've got that one finished. I just have to fully finish it still. So really like that one. Oh, that's on just coffee tea dye Monaco, like nothing fancy, just regular coffee tea dye Monaco, kind of light colored coffee tea dye Monaco that I did a couple months ago. And then this one is just a whip because I needed to refill like the white, which is like kind of like a cream. I think it's 712 DMC. Anyway, I'm doing these ones. I've done these ones on Black Monaco. And I think, I'm pretty positive I have a little start, a very little start. Sorry, there's little strings in here who want to try and join. Anyway, I found the 712 DMC that so I think it goes this way. So it must be, it's this Believe one down here that I'm working on. Sorry if I'm making you guys sick, going all over the place. Anyway, just got that started. It won't take very long to do that one. So I think that's definitely a reasonable one to do. The only reason it didn't get done last year is, like I said, because I ran out of that one thread. Sadly, we used to have, I live in a very small town outside of Las Vegas. And so if I want like to go to the store to get DMC, it's like a 30-minute drive to get to like the closest Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby. That'd be the closest ones. And those ones aren't always that well stocked. To go to the ones that I like, it's probably closer to 45 minutes. And then in that case, I'm almost all the way to Stitcher's Paradise, which is like 50 minutes away from me. Anyway, it's kind of snowballs into a whole thing, the trip into town. But we had a little tiny craft cottage that was run by this really nice lady. I think her name was Anne. Now I feel bad that I don't remember her first name, but she was open at odd times, so like I could understand why it would be hard for people who maybe work outside the home to get into her shop. But she mostly had a lot of yarn, and then it seemed like she had, well, not seemed like, she did have all the DMC available for purchase. Didn't have any like hand-dyed threads, so that was fine. Because most of the time when I'm running out to get something, it's just for a DMC thread. But she would have all the DMC, so I was always in there buying like 10 or so DMC at a time. She was reasonably priced, less than I would have spent on gas to get to one of the other stores to pick up a couple DMC. And then a lot of yarn, which I don't really do anything with yarn. I'm not that skilled. So anyway, long story short, just to say that she closed her brick and mortar shop like at the end of last month, which was a bummer because we were out of town, and I didn't get to buy like things that she had on sale, but I don't really need more stuff. Anyway, so all that to say, now unfortunately I can't just like run out to grab like the one thread in the next day or so just down the way in our little tiny town. I have to go over the hill, as they say, and with gas prices going up all the time, I kind of limit my in-town trips over the hill to at least just once a week if I can keep it down to that at all. Anyway, moving on. Here's another Love You More project bag from Joyful Stitcher that I purchased. And then this one is just kitted up to do this series by Hands On Design, Cool Yule. Let's see what else is in here. It's the Christmas collection chalkboard ornaments. There's this guy. And this one. And that one. Now I know I'm not going to get all of these done this year. I just want to get one or two done, maybe a third one started. So I have threads in some of these, and then I pulled threads. Just really stuck on here. Pulled threads. These are DMCs here, and then Wagon Wheel, I think, is the one I picked for the brown. Anyway, I'm gonna do them on Black Monaco, which I've already pre-cut for all of the things, but I thought those would be good to work on at the retreat because they're pretty easy. Like, I might actually start with just getting the borders on them kind of thing, work on that at the retreat. Trying to come up, I've never been to a retreat, so I'm trying to come up with stuff that would be like, not mindless, but like easier to be able to talk and still not mess up and have to frog out a bunch of stuff. This is another project bag from Joyful Stitcher, and this is the other project that I kitted up to take to retreat to start on. This is the Trucking Along December, and I know I have all the threads because I was in like the club through Fat Quarter Shop for this series, and then I have like a surplus of the chalkboard Witchelt that they sent with this, only because I did one project on that and I just didn't like, it wasn't fun to stitch on, so I cut the two pieces out of Black Monaco, so those are ready to go. Like I said, hopefully that'll be an easy one. Could start on that one at the retreat. I also think it'd be fun to have some Stitching with the Housewives projects that I started at the retreat. Maybe get my pattern signed or something like that. Anyway, yeah. So those ones got two more that are kitted or whips that I am trying to get worked on, or at least a couple stitches on in the next little bit. I need to get this one done. This is for my mother-in-law. I don't know if you guys watched, I think I put it in one of my Flosstubes like a year ago, but I'm doing ornaments every year for my adult family members. And my mother-in-law loves flamingos, and so I'm working on this one for her this year. Flamingo all the way. I did Falamingo, was her present last year. Or was it Flamingo Bells? One of those ones. Anyway, I have all the fabric cut for each of them for this whole series. Which way does this go? It goes this way. Anyway, I'm doing the little stack of flamingos. I love the color that is used for this. I'm trying to get a good, there. It's kind of, you can see it. Anyway. Oh, I guess I could pull out the floss. I'm pretty sure I'm using all the cauliflower floss on this one. Yeah, I'm pretty positive. I bought like duplicates of colors so that I wouldn't run out, or that the dye lots would be all the same kind of thing. But anyway, so pretty. I'm in my sewing room, craft room, laundry room over here, and we have these lovely sun cans, or they're like tubes of light basically, and so sometimes I feel like that washes everything out. And I had to close the window or the blind, which usually gives more natural light coming this way, because my daughter is over there scooping poop. That's like her second favorite thing to do outside, besides playing with her toys and her very nice playhouse that we put out there. Scooping poop, which, if you're a parent, you understand that that's just so ironic, because of all the things we get them, poop scooping is what she's most passionate about lately. She came around the corner and goes, "Dad, there's poop." And he's like, "Okay, let's go get the scooper." Anyway, so before we got married, we would go out and visit Brian's niece and nephew in California, where his brother lived, and we would laugh on the way home about how funny it was that the two kids would fight with each other over who got to pick up the dog poop. And I thought that was hysterical. And now that we've got Sophia at this age where she loves to help with everything, she wants to help whether you want her help or not right now, which is great. Anyway, it reminds me, every time she gets excited about scooping poop, it reminds me of how funny we thought it was that those kids were just so into scooping poop that they were fighting each other over it. Anyway, so I'm still trucking along on my keeper of the pins. I think what has held me up is I didn't find I don't have the colors pulled for this bird. I have all the other colors ready, but not for this bird. And I'm working on this one right here. And I don't remember if I've made all that much progress since the last time I showed it to you, but that's it. On Monaco, I coffee tea dyed myself. I think I told you I'm using DMC 347 for the red, and I'm almost positive I stole that or was inspired by Lori Holt in that color choice. Not very exciting, the colors, because again, I didn't pull there's the green. It's like, instead of Oscar, I think, is the green that they call for, and I just used the DMC 3011. Anyway, that all lives in a project bag that I made for myself with a little tomato charm that I think is so stinking cute. Some Bonnie and Camille fabric, I think. Anywho, all right. We're down to the last one that has a project bag, or has a bag, but I have to go dye more fabric because I don't like any of the ones that I have. I don't think it goes very well with this one yet, but I want to work on this one. I know where I'm going to finish it. I have a finishing piece hung up like between my kitchen and my dining room that this would fit perfectly on. And I feel like because it's letters, it'll go quickly. Let me tell you what it's called. It's Bent Creek Gobble. And I'm pretty sure I bought this at a rummage sale. Maybe not. It was clearance someplace because it was somebody's beforehand. And good old from Claudia's Corner in Hawkinson, Delaware. And I've never been to Delaware, so I didn't buy it from her, unfortunately. But anyway, I love these Bent Creek ones. I think they stitch up really quickly. I like the little alphabet, and I think this is so cute with the little turkey blowing away up there. So anyway, gotta work on him. I pulled all the DMC thread from my stash and my mom's stash. Always nice when you can share a stash. As I just throw one on the ground. Excuse me. Sorry. So really pretty fall colors. I don't have them on like a ring or anything. But yeah. I'm always helping her kit up stuff. She likes stitching on Monaco now too. She used to do linen and Aida only. Aida is what she calls it, but I have got her started stitching on Monaco that I dye for her and I. All right, so then there's 3 that I need to kit up because I want to finish out these series that I have the other ones done for. I guess I could show you the other. I've done the majority of the strings, Lizzie Kate strings, are the ones that I'm gonna do. And this is the only one I think I have left is this buzzy string one for summer. Right now my Easter one is still hanging out in my living room. And then I have summer and spring done for these Lizzie Kates, 4 seasons, but I need to do autumn and winter. Let me grab the finished pieces for this real quick. It's just right over here. Hold please. These ones are like, I wouldn't say fully finished yet, but mostly finished. And they live on like, I think I've posted on my Instagram. They're magnetized on the back, and the piece that it gets put on is enamel, so it sticks to it. I don't have to add washers or anything. Anyway, that's the Christmas one. And this is the winter one, which it's so funny that I did this one instead of the summer one. I don't know why I wouldn't have just done the summer one, because we have like 1 week of winter, truly, here in Nevada, at least in southern Nevada. And we have like 8 months of summer, so I should have definitely done the summer. This is the thankful string, I think. Anyway, I just think it's so cute. I love that little turkey at the end. And then this one's my absolute favorite, is the Halloween one. I just love all the colors. I think I tried to follow. These aren't the called for. I'm pretty sure the other ones are all called for except for this one. I'm pretty sure I followed. I tried to implement the colors, or some of the colors that Priscilla used when she did her version of this. But all the other ones, I'm 95% positive now I'm looking back through them, are just the called for DMC threads. This one might have had, the Christmas one might have some hand dyed, but I couldn't tell you what they are. I finished them a long time ago. It took me a while to partially fully finish them. And by partially fully finished, I mean, I want to put like a little sprig of holly or something and a bow on this one. And then I'm not sure what I'll put, like a bow with some maybe little snowman charm or something like that on the winter one. I haven't figured out the fall or the Halloween, but you know what I mean? Like one little embellishment kind of off on the side or maybe in the middle. So I haven't worked on that just yet. Let's see. So yeah, so always looking to do more. I will work on trying to get those together so that I can get those going hopefully before next winter and fall. Let's see what else. I was going to show you guys a couple little things that I picked up recently. So going to this retreat in July, I have seen people do like thread drop exchange. Sorry, words are hard today. So I went online and found like a really cute vintage Christmas picture and got them printed on like little business cards with Vistaprint, and then have like the name of the floss and then who it's from. So if they wanted to look us up or find me on Instagram or something like that. Anyway, I thought they turned out kind of cute. So now I just got to tie those up in little bundles so I can share those with anybody who wants to share at the upcoming retreat. I got my Southern Stitchers Needle Workshop Thread Club July Floss Pack. Really, really cute. I actually just canceled this subscription, not because these are not like the best. This is a really good thread club to be in. She always does a really good job sending you like a good variety of threads every month. I've been in it for over a year. I love it. It's just because I just have a surplus of threads that I need to kind of get through before I keep adding to my stash. So I'm putting a pause on Thread Club. But if you're looking for a Thread Club to join, because I know sometimes the Classic Colorworks ones are full at other places, check out Southern Stitchers Needle Workshop. It's Southern Stitchers Co. on Facebook and Instagram. She has a really good club. I really like her. Her name's, oh my goodness, Whitley. It's right in front of my face. Anyway, really liked her. Customer service is good. Shipping's always amazing. And I really like the colors that she picks out. This month we got 12 grain black coffee, Bing cherry, blue corn. I like that blue corn. Cherry cobbler and honeycomb. So all good colors. Anyway, then I found, I've been working on a little side business thing for me, so I can generate a little bit of money for my stitching habit. Since I don't generate money outside the home right now, I thought it would be a good thing to contribute to the family. Anyway, I'm making like little accessory bags. These are some of my little accessory bags, and then project bags, kind of like what I have over there. And in probably another week or so, I might put them up on my Instagram for sale. I don't know if I'm like to the level of Etsy store status yet, but I'll put up what I have for sale. And anyway, I found these really cute little like sewing machine and scissor, all these cute little charms to put on the bag. So I thought that would be kind of a cute little thing. So keep your eye out on the Instagram if you want to pick up a bag or two. I've got a lot of really cute ones. This one's probably my favorite. I've made big bags and small bags out of this little, it's a really fun, not too dark Halloween print, obviously. It's skulls, obviously, but you know what I mean. It's not like really spooky. It's fun spooky. All right, so that's all that. I think the last thing, kind of haul, but it was just, I don't think I ever showed it to you guys because I just found it when I was cleaning something out. I was like, oh, I don't think I've showed this on my channel. We have a little church here in our town that does like a biannual like rummage sale, and they have actually a really good selection of crafts and needle art stuff. Every couple years it'll get replenished because we live in a town where there's a lot of older people, and as people pass, a lot of times their families will donate stuff to the church for the rummage sale. Anyway, somebody who was really good at cross stitch or really into cross stitch must have passed along, and their stash got passed to the church, and so I went to the rummage sale and picked up a whole bunch of stuff. And I think I've shown you guys other patterns. These ones just got separated from the bunch that I got most recently at that rummage sale, and so I thought I'd show you these couple ones, and then one of these is going to be a giveaway because I don't know, actually two of them will be in a giveaway. This is my first giveaway. I just felt like passing along the stash basically. Anyway, let me get to what I got. I found this, and I've never done a Mirabilia, but this is the Christmas Elf Fairy from the Fairy Holiday Collection #1 by Nora Corbett. I guess I could have pulled it out. And I can't really tell. She's so cute. I just think she's really pretty. I've never done one of these before. Oops, sorry. And it came with all the floss and whisper thread, and it looks like the Krynic is still in there. So I don't know if this person actually ever even got a chance to do it, or if they did it and then this just stayed all together in their stash. Anyway, I really want to try and start this. Probably not this year, but I think this would be a really fun project. Once I get some of my other big projects done, I'd probably work on kitting up the rest of this with the fabric and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then these, she had like several of these long dog samplers. And I've never done one of these either. I follow Long Dog Sampler on here, or Long Dog Stitcher on here on Flosstube as well. I love her videos. I can totally relate to her mom and, you know, full-time mom and part-time cross-stitcher life. But she was always doing these, and I think they're all so beautiful. I didn't even take, they had tons of Long Dog samplers. These were just the ones that I was like, maybe this is the one I think I would actually do. If I don't do the whole thing, I'm more than likely to just re-engineer it, like Kay Goldman of the Contented Stitcher, and just do like a couple of the motifs, or just maybe this section down the side. I don't really see myself doing the whole thing as one pattern, but we'll see. Anyway, they're from Stitcher's Paradise. They all have the tags, and as far as I could tell, they were fully complete. They don't look like they've even been used. I like looked through them to make sure that they haven't been marked up or anything. Anyway, so we're gonna give away this one and this one. So let's see if I can, oh, this one's easy. Opus Magnuson by Long Dog Samplers. And for this one, I guess put Opus, O-P-U-S, in your comment. And then for this one, this is All Things. It is very pretty. And I think my thought was, oh, maybe I'll do it and just not do like the border, re-engineer it, as you would say, but I just don't see myself doing it. So I want somebody who would love to do this to get this. So this one's All Things, so maybe just put Things. So this is Opus and Things. You can enter for both of them. You'll only win one. Like everybody else says, the rules are you have to be over 18. You have to be subscribed. Don't say giveaway. Don't say free. Don't say, you know, like the stuff that we want somebody who's an actual cross stitcher to end up with it. So try not to entice anybody to want to comment on the video by putting those words in there. Anyway, so when I get back on next time, I will pull a drawing for these two lovely patterns. They're just waiting for a loving home to go to. So anyway, that's that. Oh, last thing, I don't know if you guys are, well, I quilt and cross stitch, and so I love just all the fun tools that you can find. We went to it wasn't really a quilt store, it was more of a quilting studio, a place you would take your quilt tops to have them quilted. In Southern California, it was in Orange County. I can't remember the town specifically. Garden Grove, maybe, California. It was kind of near where we stayed when we went to Disneyland. And we went to this place called the Sewing Escape. And now the name of the sweet owner who I talked to forever escapes me. Susan? I think it was Susan. Anyway, I'll try and link them down below. She was so sweet and so informative. I bought like a little mini bun. It's not a jelly roll because it's not that big. It's like the half size one that she had there. And then her husband makes these little tools. And my husband was like, what is that? And I was like, I have no idea. And she explained it to us. It's a awl, or when you're feeding things through your sewing machine, you can use this to kind of help push things through. And then this side, little seam ripper. And I just loved how compact it was. Everything stays nice and neat. Nobody's getting poked. So when you put it in like a project, because sometimes I'll bring something like this with me in one of my project bags if I know I'm gonna have to like pick out something. I think it's easier with the tip of the awl or the seam ripper to start the frogging process, which is not fun, and you can't really tell, but it's got her husband makes this whole center section, I think, and it's been turned so that there's a flat spot so it doesn't roll around on your table. I thought it was very ingenious. Anyway, I don't know if she does these online, but if you were interested in this, like I said, I'll try and add their Facebook page or their information at the bottom of this video. So if you wanted to go, I thought this was the coolest tool. And trust me, I have a ton of tools. And I have a by Annie stiletto. That's the name of this really sharp side. It's not an awl. It's called a stiletto. But if you're a sewer or quilter, you use it to help kind of guide fabric through, or if you need to hold something in place and push it through the sewing machine. This is like invaluable. Very, 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 very handy. But this is like a really cool tool, and I've never seen anything like this where it's so compact and double-sided and really beautiful. So anyway, get yourself one if you feel like that would be helpful for your hobbies. Anyway, sorry, my brain is mush today. We went out for a super fun date night last night. We're trying to go on date nights every weekend. It's usually every other weekend at this point. Just to get out of the house, obviously, with a toddler at home, it's exhausting, and sometimes we just want to go to bed at the end of the night. But we went to the pinball museum here in Las Vegas. That was super fun. I was even telling our babysitter, who's like gonna be a senior in high school this year, I was like, if you guys are like gonna get a group of friends together, that would be a super fun like outing that teenagers could do. That's pretty wholesome. I mean, you can spend a lot of time there. I think we spent maybe like $5 or $10 total between two of us playing on different machines. We had cashed in like $20 worth of quarters thinking, oh, we'll go through this pretty quickly. We were there for over an hour and had barely gone through half of our quarters. So we'll definitely have to go back another time. But it was very fun, and they had some really cool machines. And I'm not like a wild pinball player or anything like that. I'm not moonlighting on the side as a pinball champion, but I had a really good time, and I was kind of surprised. And then I thought that's what we were doing for date night last night. And then my husband surprised me by taking us from there to a mystery location. And if you have ever been to Las Vegas, specifically downtown, I feel like there's definitely tourist areas that are really cool and fun and seem really like legit. And then there's certain areas of downtown that I wouldn't be walking around in as a human being in the dark. So it was dark by this point, and we were like going to kind of a sketchy part of the town. And then we got out. It was at the Neon Museum here in Las Vegas, and my husband is always listening to me, and I'd mentioned a couple times how much I've always wanted to go there, but I've always wanted to go like to a nighttime tour because obviously it's neon. It's much better in the dark. You can go in the daytime, but it's kind of a little bit less exciting. Anyway, I'll insert some pictures from that, from those two things at the end of the video. And yeah, so it was a really fun experience. If you're in Las Vegas and you're looking for something that's not like super, I don't know, trite, I guess, like it's fun to go see the shows, but if you've been more than once, sometimes you want to get off the strip and try something that's like different and out of the ordinary. So definitely would recommend the Pinball Museum, which is on the strip actually, and then making your way off the strip to the Neon Museum, which is in more old downtown Las Vegas area. Anyway, super amazing, good experience. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you guys are all busy stitching up all sorts of things. If you're new and you like the video and you stuck around this long, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can be alerted to when I eventually put up new videos, because like I said, I'm not the most consistent toddler mom life. Sometimes I just don't get around to doing this part of it, even though I'm still stitching in the background. You can also keep up with me on my Instagram page, which is Silver State Stitcher, and I'm usually more consistent there. Like I'll post a couple of things. I haven't posted lately only because the things that I've been working on that I would be posting pictures of, again, are for the upcoming retreat. And so I can't really post those things until after the retreat. So I've taken lots of great pictures, but yeah, that's why it's been kind of quiet on that front over there. Yeah, anyway, fingers crossed I see you guys in about 4 weeks. Other than that, hope you guys are having a great summer and staying cool if you're super hot, or staying warm if you're in one of those weird places that's getting cold already. So talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.